Central to that preparation is the work he puts into strengthening his arm so it can withstand and generate the immense force required for his signature one-handed backhand. That stroke has long been regarded as one of the most powerful in modern tennis. A shot capable of breaking rhythm, changing direction instantly, and producing winners from defensive positions. To sustain that level of output, his training targets the smaller stabilizing muscles as much as the larger prime movers. During these sessions, tension is applied against his arm through controlled resistance, forcing the muscles to fire through full ranges of motion that closely resemble his backhand mechanics. The movement isn't rushed. Each repetition is deliberate, emphasizing stability in the shoulder, firmness through the forearm, and coordinated engagement from wrist to upper arm. By resisting an external pull while extending and rotating his arm, he recreates the stress his body experiences at the contact point when driving through a heavy backhand. This kind of preparation is crucial for a one-handed player. Unlike the two-handed technique, where the non-dominant arm shares the load, his dominant arm absorbs the majority of the force. That means the elbow joint, forearm tendons, and shoulder complex must all be conditioned to handle repeated high-velocity swings. The training strengthens connective tissue as well as muscle, helping reduce injury risk while allowing him to swing freely without hesitation. Another key focus is deceleration strength. Power in tennis isn't only about accelerating the racket, it's also about controlling it after contact. As his arm extends and follows through, opposing muscles engage to slow the motion safely. For a player known for ripping one-handed backhands and holding firm against the heaviest hitters, developing a powerful and stable midsection is not optional, it is essential. When he trains his core, the emphasis goes far beyond simply tightening abdominal muscles. The goal is to create a strong reactive link between his lower body and upper body. Every ground stroke in tennis begins from the ground up. The legs load, the hips rotate, and then the energy travels through the torso before reaching the shoulders and arms. If the midsection is weak or unstable, that energy leaks before it ever reaches the racket. By reinforcing his core, he ensures that the force generated from his legs is transferred efficiently into his shots. His sessions focus heavily on rotational strength because tennis is built on rotation. Whether driving a backhand down the line or unloading a forehand from the baseline, his torso must twist explosively while remaining balanced. Controlled rotational movements challenge his obliques and deep stabilizing muscles, teaching them to fire in coordination with hip movement. This allows him to coil and uncoil with speed while maintaining posture and control. The result is not just power, but controlled aggression. Stability under pressure is another priority. During long rallies, he is often pushed wide, forced to hit on the run or from stretched position. By strengthening the muscles around his spine and pelvis, he improves his ability to stay centered, even when the rest of his body is in motion. A stable trunk means he can strike cleanly even when off balance, which is one reason his backhand remains dangerous from defensive positions. Endurance also plays a key role. Grand Slam matches can last for hours, demanding repeated high-intensity efforts. A fatigued core leads to compromised technique. Shoulders slump, rotation slows, and timing breaks down. By training his midsection to handle sustained tension, he builds the stamina required to maintain form deep into the fifth set. His posture stays upright, his movement remains efficient, and his strokes retain their weight even late in matches. There is also a protective element to this preparation. The spine absorbs tremendous force during powerful rotations and abrupt directional changes. A strong core acts like armor, stabilizing the lower back and reducing strain. For a player who has battled injuries throughout his career, maintaining structural support through the torso is vital. Strengthening these muscles helps distribute load evenly and minimizes unnecessary stress on vulnerable areas. Another major benefit is shot precision. Power without control is useless at the highest level. By reinforcing the muscles that stabilize his torso, he creates a consistent base from which to swing. When the body remains steady, the arms and racket can move with accuracy. Small stability improvements translate into cleaner ball contact and better directional control. This is particularly important for a one-handed backhand, where balance and timing must align perfectly. Breathing and bracing techniques are also integrated into his sessions. Learning to engage the core properly during exertion enhances both performance and resilience. Coordinated breathing helps maintain tension where needed while preventing unnecessary stiffness. This balance between firmness and fluidity allows him to rotate freely without losing structural integrity. Ultimately, his core preparation supports every aspect of his game. It fuels his explosive shot, reinforces his defensive stability, and protects his body against the repetitive stress of elite competition. The visible outcome is the ability to stand toe-to-toe with the most powerful players in the world, absorbing pace and returning it with interest. He ties a resistance band around his leg and performs controlled kicking movements to strengthen the muscles that drive his movement on court. This action targets the hip flexors, glutes, and surrounding stabilizers that are responsible for explosive first steps, lateral pushes, and recovery sprints. By working against constant tension, his leg must generate more force than it would under normal conditions, which builds power and endurance simultaneously. The exercise also improves joint stability, particularly around the hips and knees, areas that absorb heavy stress during sliding, planting, and sudden directional changes. Strengthening these structures helps reduce injury risk while enhancing balance. It further sharpens neuromuscular coordination, teaching his body to fire the right muscles quickly when initiating movement.